This isn't my usual kind of video, and not one I really want to make, but given current events on the side of the hobby I'm on, I feel it's worth talking about. Don't worry, I won't take up much of your time, and I know I'm a couple of weeks late to this now. I did make a community post when this all came to a boiling point, but I feel a video will get the message out far more easily. Everyone who does model trains eventually gets to the point of wanting to make their own. Some just want to repaint an existing train, while others want to push their skills to the limit and see exactly what they can do if they put their mind to it. Regardless of what you actually want to do, you need to start somewhere. Within my tightly knit friend circle, I've seen some pretty harsh comments made surrounding the YouTubers Thomas Theorist and TTTE Guy. Both only recently started their journeys into the world of railway modelling and have reached the point of wanting models unique to them. The problems with these two? Absolutely nothing. They're simply beginner modelers who are finding their footing in the craft, but that doesn't stop some people from thinking they know better. I won't name names, but one particularly experienced modeler who gets mentioned a lot in my friend circles gave criticisms to the aforementioned users. While he seemingly meant his as genuine criticisms and wanted to see them improve on their skills, his fanbase took this to mean, let's go harass these two novice modelers. Okay, Editor J here, coming off script, because I know someone in the comments is going to go, oh, well no, actually there is something wrong because they're using expensive models when they haven't had any prior practice and they're using cheap materials. You're part of the problem. Yes, they are novices, but at the end of the day, it's their money. If they want to do this their way, they're gonna damn well do this their way. And you're powerless to stop them. Again, you're part of the problem. Okay, back on script now. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that TTTE Guy and Thomas Theorist are the greatest modelers in the world, because they're not. And don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I myself am by no means a professional modeler, and I don't want to act as if I'm the best modeler on the planet. No. All I want to do is highlight the completely undisguised bullying which has taken place, because the fact nobody else has come out to defend these novice modelers is honestly astonishing to me. And before anyone asks, no. I don't want a place within the Thomas the Train community. This is a problem which extends far beyond your lot. Your voices just happen to be the loudest. The main thing that people seem to be forgetting when they come out to bully these beginners is that they aren't going to instantly know the best materials to use or the best methods to follow. Like any craft, there's steps you need to take to actually get good at it. I've been modelling for almost 6 years, and even now I'm still learning new techniques and finding out about best materials, so on, so forth, yada yada yada. Case in point, I've been at this for ages and there's stuff that even I still don't know. Now, I'm going to show what images that I can find of some of my earliest custom model trains. These are all very crude compared to the standard I work to now and what you've seen on the channel. You notice anything strange? These look incredibly similar to the kinds of work you're seeing from Thomas Theorist and TTTE Guy. Absolute shocker, I know. I was 14 when I made some of these, but it's nothing to do with how old I was when I made them, because I've seen younger modelers than me produce models with much higher quality and fidelity. There's one custom, which in all this 6 years I haven't ever wanted to get rid of. That being the very first one that I actually completed. I could always redo him, I could always make him better, but I think it's far better to keep him as he currently is. Remind myself of the modeler that I used to be, and just how far I've been able to come in this hobby in these 6 years. Keep in mind, I didn't learn these skills overnight. I didn't suddenly learn how to cut down a 2MT or how to glue parts to a castle. It was only through trial, error, research, and equal harassment that I got off my ass and actually began improving my craft. Am I the greatest ever? No. Like I said, I'm still very much a novice. But the improvements I've been making in recent years are enough for me to know that I'm capable of far more than I am now, even if it is a few years down the line that I reach that point. It honestly surprises me that people don't think that Thomas Theorist and TTTE Guy will eventually reach higher levels of quality as they continue in their respective modelling adventures. I can see the potential in their works, the artists inside them are very much there. They just need the right assistance in finding their footing, not argumentative screaming when they don't work to the same standards as the fine scale modelers. It's how I got to the point I'm at, and how other modelers got to their respective skill levels, so the same is true for them. They just need the right assistance, the right help, and the right practice, and soon enough they'll be working at the same level as everyone else. And yes, you heard me right, I got bullied for making awful model trains as well. But unlike some beginners, I actually had the right mindset to continue improving, even if it did take time. Not everyone is as lucky as that though, and some are unfortunately victim to the pressure which comes with such harassment and fold under it, their motivation for the hobby dying, and that's the underlying issue that I hope this chat highlights. Of course, when you hear, oh, the model train hobby's dying, usually associate that with financial numbers and bringing new people into the hobby. But I would argue that maintaining the interest that currently exists is more crucial than brand new pre-grouping stock or another Beatles repaint. Because high prices won't kill the hobby, because the second-hand market is always going to be there. And a lack of products won't kill it, because in the age of 3D printing you can make absolutely whatever you want. No. If anything's going to kill the hobby, it's harassment and bullying. The voices are much louder nowadays with the age of the internet, and given enough of it, a modeler starts to fold under the pressure. They start to associate their passion with being yelled at online over their skill level, being berated for the region they model, screamed at for not using the correct techniques. Motivation starts to die, and they eventually reach a point where they don't want to touch the hobby given what they've associated it with. And this is especially bad when you realise that everyone agrees this is the point where we do need to be bringing new people in. And if this is their first impression of the model railway community, do they really want to join this kind of community? Somewhere where they'll be judged not on if they're a good person or not, but how well they can paint a fucking model train? I find it disgusting to see this treatment being normalised and handed out so blatantly, with little regard for the well-being of the modeler, because while they may seem like simple text messages or comments, those words can seriously demotivate a person, even through a screen. I'm going to leave you all with this. If you see someone trying to make a model, don't berate them for not using the greatest materials on the market, because trust me, I've seen some brilliant stuff made with the cheapest shit imaginable. Nudge them in the right direction by all means. Remember, it's just plastic and metal. It's not the end of the world if they don't do the greatest job on the first try. If you want to suggest better painting practices or higher quality materials, then do that. Suggest them. Don't scream in all caps that they didn't buy the £5 million Tamiya filler made from the actual ground up bones of dead employees. Tell them this. Hey, that looks good. That's an interesting idea you've had for a model, but here's a few areas that me and others think you can improve in. Here's a few materials I'd suggest you use for your next attempt. You don't have to, but these are what I use and/or have heard are good from friends. Also, here's some things you should consider doing while making the model. Again, you don't need to do these, but these will help you in the long run with making an overall higher quality product. And if none of what I've said has sunk into your head yet, and you still think that harassing beginner modelers to the point of quitting is a good idea, I'm going to assume you've never touched a paintbrush or a can of primer in your entire life, and you're only harassing these people because Big Daddy Rudge said they're bad, not because you actually know what you're doing.